I have been wanting to get into the autumn mood for probably the last month, and I have been holding off, but today is the day.
Oh my god.
The coziness of autumn is not something that can be bought. This is the easiest coffee syrup recipe I think I've ever tried. Calm down. I have just 3 prompts which I thought could be fun to do tonight. So cozy.
I've been taking mornings slowly, waking up with the sweet sound of the birds, reading books and sipping coffee. I forgot how much I love getting lost in words. Well, it took us a while to get here. It took the world falling apart, but maybe we needed to take a step back to remember how lucky we are. It's like time is falling asleep in the afternoon, sunlight that's keeping us warm. Against our will, we're finally sitting still and savoring the days before they're gone. I wonder how it took us this long. Spend our evenings telling stories and playing games like we were all kids again. Sitting on the front porch laughing, it's gotta be the finest medicine. It's like time is falling asleep in the afternoon, sunlight that's keeping us warm. Against our will, we're finally sitting still and savoring the days before they're gone. I wonder how it took us this long.
Whoa, nearly. That is so good. I've just used up the last of the coffee syrup, which you may have seen earlier this morning for my first coffee of the day. And I will be showing you in this video how to make it. But where are my manners? Hello friends, or welcome here, or welcome back to another video. I am craving a Sunday reset. I am craving getting my life back in order. I am also so desperate to kind of prepare my house for the autumn season. I have been wanting to get into the autumn mood for probably the last month, and I have been holding off, but today is the day that I think I'm going to give into it a little bit. You can probably tell by my slightly autumnal attire. And the fact that I'm drinking basically a pumpkin spice coffee. But today I want to take you for a very gentle and slow seasonal reset. I've got some cleaning that I need to do. Flat is well overdue, a good tidy and clean. I want to do a little bit of preparation for the season ahead. I'm going to show you, as I said, how to make the simplest and easiest coffee syrup ever. I would say it's a cross between a chai, a pumpkin spice, and kind of gingerbread. Just like warm, comforting, delicious, spicy coffee syrup. Or just syrup in general, you could use it on whatever. And I just thought it would be nice to spend the day together, just getting some stuff done around the house. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and get comfy, get cozy, and let's settle into a lovely little gentle day resetting our lives together. So feel free to pick up something to do alongside me, or if this is your designated chill time, then sit back and relax and let's just hang out. So I think the first thing I want to do is to show you the coffee syrup recipe because it is so unbelievably simple to make, and it can be kind of finishing off as we go about with our cleaning tasks. I'm going to go to the kitchen and grab the 3 ingredients that we need and we will go from there. So if you need to, pause now and go get yourself a lovely little drink or a snack. And the next time you see me, we will be making, hands down, the easiest autumnal coffee syrup maybe ever. That was a bit more of a squeeze than I thought it was going to be. Let's see. As I said, this is the easiest coffee syrup recipe I think I've ever tried to make. There has also been one of the most delicious ones that I've ever tried to make. So it's a win-win all round. So for this recipe, you will need some spiced tea bags. This is Bengal Spice Infusion by Celestial Seasoning, and it's essentially like their take on a chai, but without the black tea. And it has a lot, obviously, as you would expect, of the same warming spices that you find in a pumpkin spice latte, or a pumpkin spice syrup, I should say. So the ingredients in this tea just to give you an idea, is cinnamon, roasted chicory, roasted carob, ginger, cardamom, black pepper, cloves, and nutmeg. So really simple ingredients, but with lots of goodness. So when I first tried this tea, I found it exceptionally strong. I don't know whether it was just because I was I just expected it to be a lot weaker than it was, or perhaps this is kind of made in mind that you would have it with milk, and quite a lot of milk, and sugar. But the best ways that I found to enjoy it are with a sweet drink, so either with a hot chocolate or to make it more into a latte, or I had the bright idea to make a concentrated tea and turn that into a simple syrup. And essentially all you need to make a simple syrup is water and sugar. For your ingredients, you will need 1 tea bag of choice. I would recommend Bengal Spice. And you are going to add to whatever vessel you're using, 1/2 cup of hot water. And you are going to steep your tea bag for between 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how strong you want your tea to be. So I'm going to let that steep for, as I said, 5 to 10 minutes, and then remove the tea bag. And here I have measured out ready 1/2 cup of granulated white sugar. I think this would actually be a lot more delicious with brown sugar and very much lean into those like gorgeous rich autumnal flavors. But I don't have any brown sugar in the house today, so we are going to be just using white sugar. It's what I used last time, and I will say that the colour of the syrup is so beautiful. So I have a lot of washing up that I need to do. You probably saw it piling up in the background of some previous kitchen clips. So now that I have my coffee syrup in the works, I'm going to make my way to the kitchen and get on with a few cleaning jobs, and I will check in with you in a little bit. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, maybe a bit longer. I'm going to take my tea bag out, and I do give it a good squish as I am doing so. It smells so good. Remove the tea bag. And then, can you see what I'm doing? And then you literally just add 1/2 cup of your sugar. It seems like a lot, but this is syrup, so it's all sugar anyway. And then I give it a little stir. And then because it's hot liquid, this is all the sugar. This will gradually dissolve into the mix. So I'm gonna give it a good stir. And then you can already see so much of that has very quickly dissolved. So now I'm gonna continue with my washing up. By the time I'm finished, I reckon this will have completely dissolved and combined into our coffee syrup. So I will see you for that. Okay, it's about another 5 minutes later, and as you can see, we have a gorgeous looking coffee syrup. It's very runny, which I personally really enjoy, especially for a syrup that goes in drinks. But if you wanted to have this to go over like ice cream or just something a bit thicker, you can also heat this up on the stovetop until it reaches a slightly more viscous or thicker consistency. But just do be careful if you do that so it doesn't burn, and make sure that you're constantly stirring it. But this, for me, looks perfect. So I have my lovely freshly cleaned bottle, and we're just going to pour this right in. I think it's such a pretty amber colour. It reminds me of autumn leaves. And for anyone curious, this makes about 200 mils of syrup, just so you know what size container to have. There we go. So I will go and grab the lid because I've just realised I've left it elsewhere, and that will go straight into the fridge because it is now cool enough to go into the fridge. But isn't that just the most beautiful syrup ever? Give it a go, let me know what you think, and I'm sure you could try it with a whole host of different tea flavours. So if you try something different, let us know in the comments below, because I feel like this has opened up a whole new world of possibilities. So there we go, the easiest chai pumpkin spice syrup for coffee. And now that that is out of the way, we can crack on fully with some cleaning jobs, unfortunately for me. So I have some tidying to do, I've got some dusting to do, I need to vacuum the flat today and change some bedding. So let's crack on with that, and then we can do a few more fun and exciting things like decorate a little bit for the season. We can have a bit more of a mental reset and just have a lovely cozy chill afternoon and evening. So yes, it's officially cleaning time.
Golden days drifting far away, light is leaving town, colors fade, but I'm thinking we stay just for a little while. Let's lose track of time, darling, stay for a little longer while I hold your time. We'll wait, so just rest your head upon my shoulder. Nothing in our way is colder, but the day's not over yet. Summer nights, watch them go by as we fight off the cold. Holding you tight, you know just what I'm thinking. I don't want this moment to go. No, I don't want this moment to go. Let's lose track of time, darling, stay for a little longer while I hold your time. We'll wait, so just rest your head upon my shoulder. Nothing in our way is colder, but the day's not over yet.
this is the perfect weather to be inside preparing for the coziest season of all time. Clean flat, a fresh cup of tea, and pouring rain outside. The vibes are immaculate. With my lovely clean flat now, it means that I'm just about ready to start decorating. But before we get to decorating, I wanted to have a very quick chat about something that has been, I guess, bothering me a little bit, but also something which I feel like is worth saying before we start, specifically decorating for the season. Basically, I have been seeing so many videos, whether that's short form or long form, that are making autumn so consumer focused. I seemingly can't go a day without seeing someone redecorating their entire house to look almost like a movie set with the amount of autumnal decor which they are purchasing and putting out. I'm seeing so many like hauls, I'm seeing so many just images and videos of these incredibly beautiful, don't get me wrong, but incredibly over the top decorating for the season. And this year seems so much worse in that regard than perhaps previous years, or perhaps it's just that I am more exposed to it this year. And I also think when we see short form videos, and I know that I do this too, you want to create an atmosphere, right, that feels really cozy and enveloping and a really kind of immersive experience. And so when you're filming something which is maybe making a cup of tea or coffee, you will set the stage, you will set it up to look really beautiful. There might be a pumpkin in the background and some fairy lights and some leaves and an autumnal mug, and you're using autumnal coffee or coffee creamer and an autumnal spoon, and it just seems to build layer on layer on layer. And that's just for a 30-second short video. I've been seeing so many long form videos of people redecorating their space for autumn, which, to clarify, I have absolutely nothing against these people, and I have nothing against decorating your space to the extent that you want to and that's within your capacity. What I do want to do is to draw attention to the fact that these people are doing it as their job. They are literally creating a set design to film videos in, or they are creating an immersive experience. And whilst that can be so fun and beautiful, this year I feel like I am seeing that on a much bigger scale and within such a vast audience of people that it has started to ring some alarm bells for me. And I think we just need a little reminder that you do not have to go that far if it's one, not within your means, two, not something that you particularly want to do, or three, you are trying to be more sustainable. Because at the end of the day, companies that are creating this content and people that are creating this content are doing it for a reason. And I just think we need to be mindful of that. there's nothing to say that you can't go out and buy something to make the season more special. I think there's nothing wrong with going and buying a cushion cover or a blanket that you really like, or a mug, or I don't know, a candle. But sometimes I think it's worth taking a step back when we go into a shop that is just decked out in the most incredible decorations, just to take a step back and say, do I actually need this? Can I store it? Will I want to use it for the next 5 years? Etc, etc. Because for me, I absolutely love autumn. It's my favourite season of all time, and I feel myself drawn into that kind of pressure to create a space, especially in my videos, that feels, as I was saying, immersive and cozy and just extreme autumn decor. And I would much rather get creative with what I have. It's just about inviting coziness to your space. I love having my fairy lights on a lot more, and low lighting in general. I love lighting a candle, eating and drinking things that remind you of the season and kind of help you celebrate the season. In my last video, I foraged for some fruit and made some jam. I think that's a really nice way to eat things that are in season. I really felt it was on my heart that I wanted to talk a little bit about how much pressure there actually is this time of year, because we do talk about it a lot around Christmas time, but I don't hear it often said around kind of September, October time. And I think it's important when we are being inundated with images of other people's homes and different pressures from society. Perhaps I feel it more because I do make content, but if I'm seeing it, then other people are definitely seeing it. And likewise, if I'm feeling it, other people are probably feeling it. So I just wanted to put out a little reminder that autumn and the coziness of autumn is not something that can be bought. It doesn't matter how much you buy, you can't buy the feeling of autumn. To me, autumn is warmth and coziness and nostalgia, and it's listening to the rain, curling up with a cozy book, trying a new soup recipe, or making cozy heartwarming meals with friends. It's all about creating a feeling and creating that sense of coming together and hunkering down during the cooler months and the shorter days, and that is not something that you can buy. And I think it's just important that we remember that. And also, to preface, there's nothing wrong with if you have absolutely no inclination at all to decorate for the season. For whatever reason, that's completely fine. I'm also going to link a video that I filmed last year, which is much more lifestyle and activity based ways to enjoy the season. Again, if you're looking for something a little bit more sustainable and that is not consumer focused. So I thought I would show you what I have decided to indulge in, I suppose, either over the years or specifically this year, to get in the autumnal spirit. And I'm going to tell you about a little very simple craft that I want to do this afternoon, and that is to melt down and recreate some candles. So I have a bunch of different candles from last year and this year where there's about that much wax in the bottom which you cannot burn because the wicks run out or it's not safe to burn the candle anymore. So I have grouped them into two piles. One is spicy, warming, delicious scents, and those are candles that are from last autumn and winter. And then I have three much smaller kind of zesty or fresh scents which all work together as well. And I went and I bought some pre-waxed wicks, and my plan is to melt down the various kind of matching or complementary waxes and combine them to make some new candles. I just thought it would be a really fun way to use up stuff I already have. It also means I'll get to empty some of the containers and be able to use them as tea light holders or storage jars. And I just thought it would be fun to experiment and see what happens. So let's make our way to the kitchen to melt some wax and hopefully make some cute candles. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure how to do this the best way, because I need to use these vessels So I need to melt the wax in these first. Because I also brought out a muffin tin and put 2 cases in case I needed to take the, like needed to move the wax somewhere, but then how would I remelt the wax? Whoa. We're not boiling it. I will say it's satisfying to know that as suspected, calm down. As suspected, these do all smell amazing together because as it heats up, I'm smelling all of them being released at once. It's very delicious. I'll probably get some like tweezers to get the wicks out the bottom. I think that would be a good idea.
I'm going to try and retrieve this. Oh. No! Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, are you kidding me right now? The hell? How do I get it out? Maybe I should just use a spoon. That's not working. I was trying not to get too much of the wax, but... Okay. It was all going so well in my head. Basically, this is me experimenting. Please don't use this as a tutorial because I feel like I could be doing things so much more effectively. And if you have any idea of how to make this a more seamless process for other people, leave it in the comments because clearly I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. This bit I feel quite confident about. Famous last words. I'm going to use some double-sided sticky tape. See, this is the only research I actually did, is they said to fix it on the bottom. Ooh, that's a good idea. Cool. Too bad I only have 1 pair. But anyway, this one is all prepped for the other one when it's ready. Cozy now. I've had some dinner, I've made my candles. Let me show you actually. I need to trim them still. I think they turned out quite well. Obviously, this one is not particularly well filled, but this one is a full candle. In fact, let's trim them now. I don't have any wick clippers, are they called? Trimmers. So I use an old pair of nail scissors, which is very bent, and it does the trick just fine. I think this one is going to be a little bit more tricky. Get in there. Cute. And now I have 2 little candles. I'm really pleased with how those have turned out. And as you can see, I am setting myself up for a very cozy evening. I have my journal, I've got my knitting. I'm still knitting the same project, but I am very nearly finished with my big rectangle, which will turn into a laptop case. And of course, you can't complete a cozy autumnal evening without an oh so cozy and fun book. This is Isabella Nag and the Pot of Basil by Oliver Darkshire. I am only I am 36 pages into this book and I'm enjoying it so far. It's very, very fun, but I thought before I sign off for the evening, I would do some journaling with you, and I have 3 journaling prompts that I would like to share with you and which I am going to do now in my journal. So feel free to do it with me. If you would like to pause the video, get yourself a fresh cup of tea and get your journal and a pen, and I have just 3 prompts which I thought could be fun to do tonight, and I thought why not do them now and I can share them with you. So I wrote the prompts on my laptop earlier. As I said, there's only 3 of them, but I know what they are, so I'm going to get cracking with writing them, and I am going to voice over the next minute or so. You can pause when you need to answer the questions, and then that will take us to the close of the video. So I'm going to get writing. Journaling is one of my favourite ways to either look forward to something ahead of me, make sense of something that's happened, or to just feel more grounded and present. So I've come up with 3 questions to hopefully get you thinking about the autumn that you are hoping to have. So let's start with the first question, which is describe your perfect autumn day. Question number 2, what are you looking forward to in the season ahead? Number 3, give yourself 1 to 3 words, affirmations or mottos for the autumn season ahead. These are words that I want you to carry with you throughout the season ahead. So think of things that really resonate with you and your mindset and where you are right now. Well, I for one feel so ready to embrace autumn after those journaling prompts and after today in general, just spending time preparing my house and in turn myself for the change of a season. I just find it so helpful, and autumn is my most favourite season, as I've already said in this video, but it truly just makes a part of me feel alive, and I just feel like I am my best self in the autumnal months. And I also just can't wait to film and share my autumnal content. I hope you guys are really gonna like it. So I'm really excited about it and all the different things that I have up my sleeve over the next couple of months. So yeah, thank you so much for being here and for spending this day with me. I'm aware that it was very chatty, probably a little bit chaotic, and very, very casual, but those are just the kind of videos that I'm really enjoying watching at the moment. So I hope you don't mind me just chilling out for a little bit and kind of going with the flow and bringing you along on a day with me, preparing for the season ahead. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, friends. Take care, and I will see you very soon in another video. Goodbye.